Alright, welcome back. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a Vinted unboxing, and I can tell you that I found a seller that has some really cool overall interesting products. So let's see how, I think it was a she actually packed it up. Okay, wow, she did an absolutely amazing job when it comes to that. Okay, she makes like a double wrapping. And a lot of paper on there. So it more like feels like my birthday today, because we do have a lot of cool things, or I'm hoping they have like cool things. So you know, when it comes to Vinted, I did actually made a lot of offers, and I don't know what, actually just wanted to see if I can find some really cool items to check out here on the channel. Man, I really need to be careful with this, because you don't know where I need to open. Where do I need to open this up? I have no idea. Okay, so let's cut them open from here. Oh, there we go. Wow, why do I have the feeling that the seller already packed it up before? More like a preparing. Well, let's see. Absolutely insane, man. How much tape and cardboard is he used? So you can see me struggle getting it out. Come on. Finally. Next protection layer. It's going to be an insanely amount of bubble wrap. Yep, and what I don't like about bubble wrap, oh, and a Strano here. So we got some free DNA with it. So I want to keep that in good condition, because I can actually reuse this. Okay. So the first one is actually a game system. I think you already figured it out. And what is interesting, that this thing, you can already see the Sonic. Yeah. You can already see the Sonic on there. This was actually a Sonic semi-console. And this was not like really cheap. But when it comes to these very strange overall Sega systems, you know, sometimes they ask serious amount of money, but this seller was asking a pretty decent price. So we're going to be having over here the Mega Drive Arcade Motion Dual. Look at this, how the console looks. I thought by myself, this is something that we're absolutely going to be checking out. I love Sega systems, and these clones are freaking awesome. And this one can even have the option to add an SD card. So let's check out. I think I've still like an older SD card laying around, because these things do have like a limitation when it comes to compatibility. However, moving on to the next big package, not from China. Okay, this one needs to be a little bit easier. It's clear to see where I can open it up. But yep, I'm just going to be giving you a quick spoiler. This was another console. So I noticed one thing with Vinted. If you're going to be looking into European places, we're going to be finding even more cool, wicked products. Yep, we're going to be having, wow, this box smells really nice. Seriously, like it smells like perfume. I like it. For example, this is another big box, and this is the reason, because yep, we found another clone system that I didn't review. And if you check the channel, I reviewed a lot of them. And this one looks so interesting, but also ridiculous at the same time. I thought this is going to be one absolutely for the collection. This thing is called Sport and Joy. And I don't know exactly how much I paid for it, but it was not a lot compared to some prices on, let's say, other marketplaces. I just needed to actually check it out. This is more like some weird looking futuristic like device. Sport and Joy, and like this looks like a prototype PlayStation 5 whatsoever. So yeah, this is kind of cool. So I thought, let's get it and just see if we can actually make a video about this. Well, what are we getting? So this is actually some weird looking controller, and it is more like a Wii Motion thingy. What you're getting is a D-pad over here, a menu, start, A, B, X and C. Okay. So it's interesting that we do have the option to have attachments. I'm guessing this mold is for something else. The D-pad is very tiny, but seems to be playable. I want to say the floating configuration, but feels quite nice. Let's turn it on over here. Let's see if we can even get something to going on, because my LED doesn't turn on. Okay, that's weird. because I actually do have the new batteries insert. Okay, so let's figure that one out later on what's going on. Yeah, that's weird. And hearing the system, I think that is pretty cool. We implemented the batteries already. Let's see if anything is going on, if something is even working, because that's like the question of these devices. Input for the SD card, and we do have the option for external 5V. But so far, we don't have any luck. Don't see anything turning on. This thing does turn on, but don't see anything going on the screen at the back. It needed to set to the right channel, so the manual doesn't really explain a lot, just a quick overview how you need to connect it, but there is nothing much going on over here. Some explanation of the games, so let's do a quick look into that. Let's see what's going on, if this thing even work. Yeah, it does actually work. Okay, I need to hold it like this, otherwise I cannot use the overall menu. So what we're going to be having the Sega Mega Drive games, arcade games and SD card. Okay, it's also interesting that I have like arcade games and SD card. So interactive sport games, I'm guessing this is going to be something they're using on many of those very weird clone systems. And let's see, we go with the Mega Drive games. Let's see if we can press start. Okay, so now I can actually... Okay, so now I need to switch the controller in this position. So it's more like the same stuff that we have seen before with some first generation of Sega. You can actually go into certain stages. I think it's kind of cool. Okay. We're having over here Arrow Flash, Bonanza Brothers. The overall list is quite good. Okay, this is CD Dungeon Castle. Okay, what the heck? CD. So, CD? Oh, is this like a CD game? No, this is just Crackdown. Oh. I must say that the overall D-pad plays quite well. But if pressing the menu button, it will automatically go back. But the most annoying thing is... Oh, now I can actually use it like that. Wow, okay, that is some weird things. I'm guessing it's like what kind of sensor it actually sees. But so far, when it comes to, let's say, the overall configuration, so we have different kind of flicky levels. Ristar, and I'm guessing this is all of the different stages. Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, and with Sonic the Hedgehog we're going to be having interesting configurations, so we can just get into the certain stage. So let's say if you want to go into the last stage, and what's kind of cool that even went with different kind of chapters. So let's go into this, let's say, overall configuration that we go into the last stage. So I'm guessing this is going to be something interesting to check out. It sounds really slow because this is actually the PAL version, and indeed it automatically starts in the scrap brain zone number 1. I must say that the controller is a very weird, strange shape, but when it comes to the overall D-pad, it is not bad at all. Also, input lag is absolutely minimal. The screen itself, I'm using now like an LCD, but I'm using this 4:3 ratio display. It runs quite slow, but it looks okay. Of course, if you're going to be comparing this with real hardware, it's overall okay. So there's no quick load, quick save, but when it comes to like all the other stuff, I think there was so much to talk about, so that we're going to be doing in a separate video. It's quite interesting to see what you can all do, and there's all kinds of weird random stuff on here, wall breaking, whatever, But let's get into the other system because I'm really curious, and later on join me on the channel because we're going to be doing an in-depth video about all the other stuff. This is more like the game Tank, I'm guessing. Yeah, absolutely. Got a shield. I love these simple games. They're just spawning every single time, or what? Yeah, they're actually like spawning. Oh, can I shoot the guy? Oh yeah, I can. Upgrade. To be honest, I do like this kind of. And don't forget the sport and joy. With, I'm guessing this is 16 games. Okay, I think this is marketed for the Italian market. Nevertheless, I ordered it from Vinted, and this is going to be absolutely funny. So I just want to do a quick unboxing, like to see what is going on the inside, if I can even pull it out. And let's see if it's going to be something really wicked. So first of all, we're going to be having over here the system. Everything looks just brand new. I think they never ever used it. So this is like absolutely the first unboxing. Just the way how this thing looks. This was just I felt really intrigued by it. So this gets a reset, the on-off switch. So we do have a battery compartment with these things. So let's open it up. Let's slap in some batteries. And you know, powering this thing on, I can tell you that the overall smell of the system, oh man, like I said, this smells really like the cheap chemical Chinese consoles that I've reviewed from AliExpress. Okay, we're going to be needing 4 AA batteries. Then we're going to be having the controller. Let's see what's going on here. Do we have on player 1 or on player 2? I think I always find it interesting, like why did people buy it and never use it? And we're even having over here the ultimate 16-in-1 sports game. It looks like a semi-miniature, like, or slimmed down Famicom cartridge. Even comes with cards. Like the weird attachments like tennis, golf, the straps. But I don't see the cable. What? Oh no, because the cable is on here. So. Brain fart. It is interesting that we actually do have a cartridge slot on top. Just the way how this thing works is freaking cool. So let's plug it in. So when it comes to the controller, this is actually controller player 1. Let's slap in some batteries and let's play. The controller itself feels really cheap, but I think it's a situation that we can actually do play, or the option to play this. Yeah, the attachment, you can actually like put it in there if you want to. It's absolutely like a very interesting way. I must say the overall construction is quite nice. You can fairly easily replace this. So let's turn it on. I just want to see what happens if you're going to be booting it up without. Maybe in the full video I wanted to make to check it out. That's going to be fun to actually see if this thing can actually boot up a Famicom cartridge. No idea how to put it in. Do I need to put it in like that? I think it is. No. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. It's really weird, like, why doesn't it want to go in? Or did it fit it in all the way? There we go. So it's time for the Ultimate Sport 16-in-1. Added 2 batteries. It will give this thing a quite nice overall weight. Let's see what's going on over here. Ping pong, golf. This is like the freaking slowest menu I've ever seen. Like it takes like a couple of seconds to actually boot up into the next, let's say, game. Everything feels so slow. Oh man, this is like a really cheap overall game. The animations, there's also nothing to do with motion, of course, but you know, whatever. What does this button do? More like a puzzle game. Do like puzzle games. But the question remains is like, is there something of a motion situation going on? There are some really cool things. With baseball, bowling. You know, let's go with the bowling. Yeah, let's practice. I think I'm going to be needing it. Okay, I'm guessing oh no. Why couldn't I start? Okay, there we go. Yeah, look at me, man. You cannot choose any characters. And the question remains, can I move something, or is this just some... Oh. Seriously? Like this doesn't do anything? I have no idea what's going on over here. Yeah, whatever. One thing's for sure, it works. So this was the Vinted unboxing, and I can tell you it's absolutely a lot of fun hunting for weird stuff. We found a new rabbit hole to deep dive into because, oh boy, I have seen a lot of wicked stuff. let's join me here on the channel because it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of, I want to say cursing because I mostly don't do that, but it's going to be a lot of laughing with these very strange overall devices. Let me know, what do you think of this? Because it's the weirdest thing I have ever seen.